morning team, welcome to day 12. We are looking at our calves and Achilles today, so let's get on the floor. We're going to start with a little toe stretch, so I want you to come onto your knees. First of all, tuck your toes and we're just going to sit back on those heels. Now this can be quite a lot for some, so if you prefer, keep your hands on the floor and just rock the hips back here. You'll find that little stretch. It can also be quite good just to check all the toes are tucked. That little baby toe does like to make a little escape every now and again. So just pause in there just now, whether you rock back or forth or you're sitting nice and tall, roll the shoulders back here. Let's take another 2 breaths here. If you're sitting on your hips, think about trying not to dump your weight on those toes. Lift from the hips. So there's almost like a tiny little gap between your bum and your heels here. So we're working into those toes without feeling super overloaded. All right. So let's just bring ourselves forward, hands on the floor, walk those hips back. Give your feet a little tap, untuck them, give them a little tap here and bring yourself into a nice big cat back. So round that spine, tuck the chin under and then tap your feet a little to get rid of any of that stiffness in those toes. Nice. Back into your tabletop position, bring your hands slightly further out, tuck your toes again, they should feel nice and warm, and let's lift our hips up towards the ceiling. First downward dog. This is more about your calf stretch than how perfect your downward dog is. So let's pedal and get those calves nice and warmed up. So you can move quite fast, but what I would say here is you're better to move with purpose. So lower one heel down towards the floor, lifting up onto those right toes, and then switching it over. If you find this is a lot on the wrists, just come down onto your knees and just stretch the calves this way. So just take that nice little rock from side to side and just switching the legs here as well. Lovely. Let's do another 3 big breaths here, just finding that nice warm up. So these are lovely little exercises we can do just to warm up these calves, but you can do this for a little bit longer, take little breaks, go back to it. It doesn't have to be done all in the one go. Lovely. Nice. Let's float down onto our knees here. I want us to take our right foot forward. So we're going to end up in this lovely big runner's lunge. So, depends on how long your arms are. A little block can be quite good here to lift, but I'm going to place my hands on the floor or my fingertips. We're going to tuck that back toe and we're going to lift that knee off the ground. From here, you might have your body weight on this leg. I want you to see if you can purposely lift that body away from the leg here. So really coming up maybe onto the tippy fingers. This is your runner's lunge. Like think of your get set, get ready to go. So this is a nice stretch into the hip flexor and a little warm up with the calf. Place your hands on the floor and just bring that foot in a little bit more. We're going to work through our pyramid pose here. So we're on your front foot onto the back toes and we're just going to rock back and forward onto the heel, to the toes, and just find that nice little calf warm up in both legs here, getting a lovely little stretch, looking down towards your feet or towards your shin. So this is, again, if you're struggling to hold on to the floor, you can bring this a little bit higher and just work on this here. So it'll be less dynamic up top, but you'll still get a nice little bit of control and a little stretch here as well. All right, so let's just take one more little movement in that pyramid and then bring both feet towards the top. Let's take a wee halfway lift to roll the shoulders away from the legs and fold down. Bend both knees, hands on the floor, step back this time with your right leg and take that runner's lunge. So again, we're lifting that chest, we're looking up ahead of us, propping ourselves up with those fingers or those fists. Let's just take a breath here. Find that lovely stretch into the hip flexor. A nice little stretch into the calf. You're on those toes here. Take a little stretch. Lovely. Nice. Let's bring that right foot in and find your pyramid here. So that foot can come a little bit further back. You should find this right up that left hamstring as well, depending on how tight you are, and we can rock back and forward. Nice. Keep going with this. Just, it's not, you can make it quite static and allow yourself to melt forward, or we can just have that nice little rock back and forth, which actually feels quite nice for runners as well. Lovely. Nice, guys. Well done. Lovely. Let's bring that right foot in towards the top of the mat. Take that lovely halfway lift. And exhale down. I want you to look at your feet and heel toe them slightly further apart. Bring your hands maybe to your shins, the back of your calf, sorry. Open out your elbows here and tuck your chin in. Find that nice opening of the back here where we're having that lovely little forward fold. Nice. From here, bend into the knees, hands on the floor, and step back onto your knees. Now I'm going to show you two options here. Whether you can open your knees and sink your bum in between your legs and find that nice little straddle position here. We're going to use our knuckles and apply a little bit of pressure into the soles of your feet, into your plantar. If this is too uncomfortable for you, find yourself just in a cross-leg position and just give yourself a nice little foot massage here. You can bring yourself into butterfly and just have that nice little kneading of the feet there. Taking care of your feet is always super important. I would always highly recommend it. So whether you're here or you're in the straddle position, we are just getting into those little spaces in the feet, rocking back and forward here, finding a little bit of release. Because let's face it, our feet take a fair battering there. Well done. I'm just going to bring myself forward to sit back on my heels, but that is your day done. I hope you enjoyed that, starting to get moving into those lower body parts. But yes, I will see you tomorrow for day 12. I've totally lost track of my days, but I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Well done.